This is what I'm up to at the moment. So I've painted these side windows just like I did with the windscreen. Just waiting for these to go hard now. They were painted yesterday. I'm going to attempt to put some tinting film on the windows, inside obviously. Now before I can do that, I've got to remove that top section again. It's only held by a screw at each end at the moment because it's got to be sealed along to there, and that one along the top there. I've got to do these two panes here first. Got to thoroughly clean them up before I film them. And these got to be done first because they're the slider window for here, and the slider window cannot be put in until that's removed. So I'll put that slider in, seal both ends of that as I secure it, and I'll do the tinting on these after the window's all finally put together. But the slider window, because it goes down behind such a big recess, I won't be able to get the tinting to it, top or bottom. Side windows now back in place. Tinting on that centre window will have to be redone. Great problem. Now it's just getting the front screen out, doing the same to that. I've just put these woods back into the places that I've cut them out for, and currently at the moment I'm just making the final alterations to them before they're put in properly. Now, as you can see, I've put the window back in, and at those points where the window comes in, so obviously the window was out when I put the woods up originally. Those points, it's too tight, so it's giving a about 1/4 of an inch gap along here. So it wants to go over that way about 1/4 of an inch, which has got the play all down the sides for that distance. But it's just that I didn't cut this piece allowing for the window. Didn't realise the window came in quite so much. And the other side, so these are the dividers. If I get back a bit, they're the two dividers. This one's going to be cut down smaller. I'm going to probably do a shape coming from here, curve down along, and then curve round the corner. So this one higher will just be a curve round the corner and cut off lower, because obviously the sink's going in there. I want a piece of height here above the worktop, just because you don't want any splashback or anything going over that side, or food or whatever. That side's fine. And then I can do something like put a row of tiles or something round the sides. Now, if you remember this part here, underneath the window, the worktop went along underneath like so, and then for about 8 inches along there was a lift off lid, and then a recess in there where you could put bottles and things all the way along there. I may do the same, may take the worktop straight to the back. Don't know yet until I start doing the galley, which won't be just yet. Get these pieces in, get those bits cut off, and then repaint where I've not painted down there and repaint over the centre pieces, and then I'll go round making good all that, so that this part then is basically ready, all bar the new floor to go in, and obviously the fancies. Front windows have still got to come out. I've left them till last because I didn't want to take these side windows out and the front windows and just have this small piece of fiberglass on each side holding the roof, because over time, with the heat that we've had over last summer, it would have warped slightly, so I wanted to keep it all good in place and held. So these can come out now to be treated, painted, and then I will put some tinting film over like I've done on the sides. So I'm just finishing off the cutting of these partitions. I never did the top of them originally when I cut them out way back last year. So I'm just giving them a shape, this one being smaller because it's the seat, and then that one being where the galley is. Just a simple curve I've put on them, and all I've done to use for the curve is a roll of wire. I tried paint pot first, but that was a bit too small, a bit too sharp of a curve, but I like the longer curve what I've got now, so I'm just going to give it a sand, put it in, see what it looks like. Then obviously it's all got to be fiberglass and tabbed when it goes in properly. Very tight to get in here. Yeah, that looks fine. Just give it a final sand off. Yeah, happy with that. Obviously, being the seat, remember there is a cushion to go on here first, so you can see the height of it. It will be just nicely in the centre of your back, not too high, making that bit claustrophobic. Keeping that one higher because it's got the galley along there. Sink and oven going over there, so you don't want it splashing over there, as I said before. Right, on to the next bit, which would probably be recutting a new floor. The more I'm looking at these partitions, the more I'm inclined to cut this one down more to match that side. I'll have to check once I've got the floor in, then work out the height of the kitchen unit and the worktop, because I do want to lip before the bed. But if I can get it in and do the same curvy cut as that side, I think it's going to look a lot better. So wait and see. I did in the end cut the other side down to meet and look even with the seat side. Gives it a much better look, and I've still got the height to have a nice lip over the sink area. What I'm going to look at changing now is this upright that goes down to the seat. Now, I've never liked this sharp corner here. As you can imagine, there's the table sits there, someone squeezes in between the table and that's always going to get you, especially if the kids are in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to curve this round like the other ones I did, take it through there, curve it again up here, because I also don't like this tapering business down there. So just behind there is all where the controls go, and the steering wheel and obviously the other side, and then this comes down to the seat. Originally, if you can remember, before I ripped it all out, this had a box around there and then a long thin box down there for the steering. It's an odd shape to sit against, so what I'm going to do is square it all off, board it across there down to the bottom, and then the top part will be the cupboard for the rear of the Helm, and then all the electrics in there. That's what I'm going to have a look at anyway. Let's have a go. So there's that bit cut out then. Much better look, I think, and obviously safer for that corner down there, and giving it a nice piece across there. Makes the boat actually look a bit, makes it look a little bit more open as well. Much better look. Now I've cut all the flooring. Easy job obviously, because I had the original floor sitting there, so it's just a matter of templating with new wood. So now the sides are done, that wall's done, floor's all in place, so now I've got to stick all these panels in, screw them and stick them, then tab all the way down the edges, inside and out, and then once that's all done, finish off the undercoat paint there before down the line painting. In the meantime, everything will have to be taken out again and have a really good clean up. But it's now coming on and it's beginning to look like a boat again. All the walls now tapped in with fiberglass. Side there, and then these two boxes down here as well. So it's all now ready to finish off that painting, and then I'll tidy it up so we can start the proper finish. Well, I think I can safely say that this is the tidiest that this little boat has been for some time. So, got the tabbing done around these pieces, around the walls, painted some undercoat down there, covered that as well with some undercoat. Wasn't undercoated before, but if a little helps, I'll probably damper-line that as well. This will have a wooden panel coming down the back of that, which is the back of the seat. Then above that there will be a shelf line, which I'll probably turn into a cupboard with sliding doors. Back end is self-explanatory. Here we've got the galley, so we'll have a cooker, hob and sink. That's just the hob, not the cooker as well. Above that I'll do some sort of cupboard there again, probably with sliding doors. Two main doors down the bottom. All this has got to be panelled, and so is the ceiling, and the lights put in. I should, in hindsight, while these windows are out, done a template of that wall. Now I have got the original templates, but because I've adjusted things as I've been going, straightening things up, those templates probably won't fit, but they were small pieces going along top, down the corner, along the top of that one. I think that was two actually. Same with the bottom, along there, and then of course the same around the other window. What I would like to do, not sure if I can, I'd have to template it in some way. I would like to cut the whole thing out in one piece going round the window, which as you can imagine not going to be so easy now I've got the bloody windows in. Possibly a chance of taking them out and resighting them again, don't know yet. But that was what I would rather see, a nice clean one panel all the way round, and hopefully without any fixing points, but if I have to put them in I will, but I shall try and do it without seeing any little screws where the thing's held. Same with the ceiling really. So then this will have to be final finished, vinyl or carpet around there over the seats. The seat inserts will be cleaned up, varnished, floor will be covered. In where the little toilet is, obviously it's got to have a toilet door put back on it. That will probably be panelled up there as well in two sections, and then the whole thing covered, and then the toilet down there. Don't know what type yet. I've got a couple of Jabscos, but I might put a cassette in there. That seems to be what most people have on these type of boats, simple cassette. So next thing is working out and cutting the galley in and cutting a new panel for there. I've still got the original panel, slightly damaged at the top ends, not that you'd see that, but unfortunately I fell in the boat the other day and landed straight on it, smashing it straight in half. So it's good to replace it anyway. So that's the next job.